We at UPV are participating in three main activities within the project. First, we are contributing to the definition of the solution. Second, we are the main responsible for the modeling of the mitigation barriers. And finally, we are also involved in the integration of the mitigation barriers into the simulator, as well as in the execution of part of the validation activities.
Eurocontrol brings a strong support to UAGRI project, mainly linking the U-Space advanced research with real and regulatory needs that we have in Europe. Building on our airspace risk assessment methodology expertise, we are ensuring that will be a proper scenarios definitions. We will ensure proper stakeholders engagement, as well as the integration of U-Space services into the mitigation strategies across Europe. In practice, we are fully committed to deliver strong results from the project, as well as to make sure that they are usable in the deployment phase.
Within the UAGRI project, Euro-US Italia was responsible for the development of the ground risk models. We tried to answer two key questions. First question was, are there specific risks for people on the ground that are not currently addressed by the existing regulatory framework? And second, can U-Space contribute to actually mitigate those risks?
In UAGRI, Engage leads the concept evaluation work package, working with operational scenarios and solutions developed in other work packages. In our simulations, we take those scenarios and we introduce U-Space services as mitigation barriers in order to understand how they affect key performance areas like safety and capacity, and how they help to reduce operational risks for UAS operations. In short, we work with U-Space services in real scenarios, so we understand just not in theory, but what happens when things get real.
In the UAGRI airspace risk model, when we calculate the probability of a collision, we check also the characteristics of the air traffic involved, so that we can estimate if the collision will result in a crash, or we can expect some resilience.
Collins Aerospace is driving the UAGRI project forward through three different strategic pillars. Firstly, we are leveraging high-fidelity data of the FlyAware to provide a comprehensive aerospace picture. Secondly, we are leading one of the scenarios that we are deploying in the project, which is ELWA-Air. And finally, we are leading the techno-economical solution to provide the feasibility and operational study of the solutions to be applied to the market, to the different stakeholders.
ENAIRE's main contribution to UAGRI project lies in our operational knowledge of U-Space. So we have provided a real and feasible scenario, which is Benidorm U-Space, to help developing a realistic risk model. At the end, our ultimate goal as a U-Space service provider is to collaborate with all the UAGRI partners to make drones management in U-Space become a reality.
CRIDA was deeply involved in the design of operational scenarios that were tested with the risk-based models of UAGRI. We try to define operational scenarios that could be used at short term. And for that reason, we went to Italy, we went to Ireland, and we went to Spain, and we focused on use cases such as, for instance, infrastructure inspection, such as medical deliveries, and other drones business models that will take place in our skies at short term.
Nowadays, the operation of drones is very limited due to the SORA framework, which is very simplified and conservative. The UAGRI project is developing new risk models more accurate to provide a more detailed framework for the approval of UAS operations. But these models do not suffice. We need a SORA tool integrating the U.S.-based framework with the UAS risk models to facilitate and automate the approval of UAS operations. This is the work that INECO is developing, integrating the risk models within a SORA framework in a SORA tool.
Cranfield University supports UAGRI by bringing expertise in air traffic management, unmanned traffic management, and advanced air mobility. We use simulation, including Monte Carlo analysis and digital twin tools, to explore how U-Space services can help reduce the risk and improve safety in drone operation in shared airspace.